Congrats to Virginia Tech. Heck of a college basketball environment Castle was rocking today. And they did an outstanding job. They shot the heck out of it. They executed the heck out of it. They did a good job of taking us off the three-point line, being there on the catch. They were more physical in person, live, than I've seen them on tape all year. You know, you can tell that Mike had them ready, really ready from the last game down at Georgia Tech. And they played like a team that was desperate, and they played terrific basketball. I thought we did some good things. I thought we, had some moments where we had some opportunities. We played with some odd lineups out there for us as we were in foul trouble for a good part of the game. We have to do a better job of defending without fouling. But again, congrats to them. They made plays, they made shots, and they were terrific.
Jeff, you only attempted a handful of threes in the first half. Would you say Virginia Tech was taking you out of rhythm offensively? And if so, what was the most trouble they gave you?
I think they made a concerted effort to try to guard the three-point line. They didn't switch things. They were giving up, it seemed like, I shouldn't say giving up, but they were sticking with our shooters more, not helping. That's why we were able to get some things as far as rolls to the basket or drives all the way to the basket.
Jeff, do you feel like the whistle was a little too quick today?
Hey, man, I can't comment on that. These guys have a hard job, difficult job. Both teams played really, really hard and competed. It is what it is.
Jeff, they almost made, I think, 50% of their three-point shots. How much was them just making their shots versus maybe you guys being able to do something better on defense?
I think it's a combination of both. They're good. They're a really good offensive basketball team, and they have a lot of guys that can shoot. They have 4 guys out there that can shoot threes, and then Mutz is such a unique player. And then with their movement, they had us chasing all afternoon, all evening. We didn't do as good of a job as communicating at times. But man, all the credit goes to them. They really did a heck of a job of executing their stuff.
You often talk about how when not letting your struggles on offense lead into mistakes on defense. Did you feel like that was part of what happened with you guys sometimes?
I don't think so. I mean, we shot 46% from the field. Now, we didn't make threes like we normally do, right, but I don't think so. I just thought that they really executed. Mm-hmm. And their speed and the manner in which they came off of things, screening. They're a high assist team for the year. I just thought they did a heck of a job of executing. We had some breakdowns, but they made us have those breakdowns. I'm not one of these coaches, man, that are going to talk about like, hey, we did, like they did it. They were terrific, so give them credit.
Do you feel like that perimeter defense also kind of hindered your ball movement a little bit today?
Yeah, I thought the physicality, of them bumping and doing different things. They did some different things, ball screen defense that we hadn't seen them on tape do. I just thought they played with a sense of urgency. And they played with a physicality, and it knocked us off a little bit, and we weren't able to get into the rhythm. And they did a terrific job of guarding the three-point line.
Jeff, you talked about odd lineup combinations you had to use today. Is there something to maybe having to have that happen, and they can learn from an experience like that?
Yeah, look, we learn from every experience. We learn from every situation. We'll learn from this one. We got beat by a good basketball team that's been, I think they've been pretty good here. They've beaten some teams here, and they played with a sense of desperation, a sense of urgency, so give them credit.
You guys had 3 starters on the bench for a while there in the second half. How do you feel the group that was out there communicated during that stretch?
I thought they did some really good things. I thought, Guillermo, I thought those guys did some really good things. I don't think we as a group, not just that group that was out there during that time, I don't think we communicated well, period. It doesn't matter which group was out there. I don't think we did as good of a job as we have been doing and as we needed to do this afternoon.
Coach, you're now a game back at UVA. Do you feel like it'll be easier for you guys down the road to be the hunters than to be the hunted?
No, we never look at anything like that. We concentrate on what's right in front of us. We never paid attention to it. We were just, trying to concentrate day by day and trying to get better. That's it. So it doesn't put us in any different position.
Was their defense on Hinson in particular anything that was troublesome for him?
I wouldn't say they did a good job defensively. They didn't leave them. Normally in the past when we watched them, on screens, they'll chuck. They'll use the 4-man to kind of bump the roller. They didn't do that. They they stuck to him today. And they did a heck of a job. Mutz is an outstanding defender. I think he's been that during his time here at Virginia Tech. And Mutz and Virginia Tech's whole defense did a good job defending us today.
Jeff, both Blake and Federico had 4 fouls throughout a good portion of that second half, but you chose to bring both of them in at the same time, and then Blake picks his 5th up a minute later. I mean, what led to the decision for that timing to get them both in the game at that point?
We're trying to win a basketball game, and so you're going with the guys that have gotten you there. That was it. We were down. We felt like we needed to push right there, and so you go with the guys that, have been really good for you all year. Not that the other guys that were in the game haven't been good, but Blake's been one of our best players, and so we try to go back. Fetty's been a really good player for us. He's been one of our better players. And so I don't think it's right. You try to go with your best players in situations when you're down, and that's what we did in that situation. Unfortunately, Blake picked up his 5th.
Jeff, what are your observations compared to the tape in person, Vasily, and trying to guard? He's doing such a role here.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he was as good in person as he was on tape. I thought he was elite on tape, especially on the offensive end. His ability to stretch the floor. He can post because he's so big. He's skilled. I was as impressed with him. I think he's, one of the better post players, one of the better players in our league, and certainly one of the better post players because he's so unique. He shoots that ball so well, man, and he can shoot it with range, and with the schemes and the offensive things that they have, they put him in a position to have a lot of success.
With Federico in foul trouble, you had to get a lot of minutes out of the Twins tonight. Your thoughts on how
I thought they did a terrific job. I thought they did a good job. This is a tough environment, one of the toughest environments in the ACC in college basketball. I thought they, did some really good things out there. There's some things that we'll go back, we'll teach them. They'll get better from this experience, and it'll help them and help us down the road.
Thanks, Johnny.